You know what? That's a really interesting conversation because I think that when we were up there were things that I was excited about. Like, I think their back seven, there were times where they were flying around and they showed their athleticism, and I liked their secondary. And then Eddie Jackson got hurt in Indy, and Brisker's been out for quite some time. So kind of the buzz goes away a little bit. Now, will the buzz come back when the season's...
No, there's still a lot of optimism about the Bears. Get up today. They were drinking the Bears Kool-Aid.
I asked everybody who they thought was going to win the NFC North. Look at the picture under Sal Paolantonio's name. He's going with the Chicago Bears. Why?
I am going with the Chicago Bears because I like what their new general manager's done in terms of their front seven. Their front seven is going to be a far more active front seven on defense. I like the way Justin Fields has really developed as a dual threat quarterback who can win from the pocket. But when he is running, he's a really scary quarterback running outside the numbers. He is fearless. He is tough. And I think he is in the MVP conversation. I agree with you about Justin Fields. I like the Chicago Bears. You know, listen, Jordan Love, you follow 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers. Yeah. It's really, really difficult to do that. You know that. It's tough to do. He's got to go on the road to Chicago and win. He's got to go on the road and win in Detroit. He's got to go on the road and win in Minnesota. Those are tough places to play. So for Jordan Love, it's going to be a difficult transition, but I think the Bears have a good foundation in place.
Plus, in Chicago,
they've never had a good quarterback.
I was about to say, the last great, I mean, he's following in the footsteps of Sid Luckman. You know, and we're going back.
You were there, you remember.
Sid Luckman.
They've never had a 4,000-yard passer.
That's correct.
Ever.
I mean, I'm not even kidding when I say Sid Luckman is the last great quarterback they had. I want to ride with my man Sal. Cindy, change my pick. Give me the Bears. Come on, give me the Bears.
There we go.
Make me popular at home. All right. Let's do it. I don't care what happens. I'm going.
See the influence I have.
There you go. So Greeny flipped at the end, playing it up to Chicago, like a true national hot taker would do. Tomorrow he'll pick the Packers.
No question.
The day after that, he'll pick the Lions.
Yes.
And then he'll play it up to all the different fan bases. But Sal Pal,
from their lips to God's ears.
Look, I'm fine with him on the Fields optimism. There are a lot of people with the Fields optimism. He said the front seven of the Bears. I would think he meant the back seven of the Bears. The front, the defensive line is where they have their issues.
Are you sure about that, Tom? The most important positions to win a Super Bowl after quarterback? Go.
The guys who chase quarterbacks, the guys who protect quarterbacks, and cornerbacks.
And who first gave you that quiz?
That was Sal.
When?
When we were in Bristol, and Sylvie was actually, I think,
looking for scissors.
Looking for scissors to cut a tag out of your shirt.
Out of a shirt that when we were doing TV, and he just got back from a run.
Yeah.
And you were just
standing there waiting for your ass to get yourself ready to get on the bus and go over to the
we were about to go to Dunkin' Donuts to get some coffee. Yeah, we would stop at the Dunkin' Donuts down the street.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Sal Pal's a big Unique Ngakoue, DJ Moore, and
well, that's what I mean. Maybe
Johnson
Sal Pal is excited about Ngakoue and DeMarcus Walker and the 2 big guys they drafted. I don't have any idea. I don't know. Like, again, I hope they're all right. I just, listen, I mean, all of the MVP conversation is I just want to see significant improvement. That's all I want to see. Like, I don't need to go 0 to 110 miles an hour. I don't understand the necessity for some people to do that. I like
to go fast.
Yeah, but don't you also like to be prudent as well?
Yeah. I'm not picking them to win the division. I am stuck again. I told you, I got to do that exercise that Joniak did up there when we did WL. I got to do that again because I am in between 8 and 9 wins, at least when I say it. I'm in the I either have them at 8-9 or 9-8, and I got to figure out which one I'm going to pick before the season starts. Injuries could play a part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
that first game could swing my opinion.
Right.
Because if they're not ready to go with their offensive line in week 1, that could change the way I pick that. Look, I have that as a W.
There's a lot of guys on that roster that are going to play important roles for this team this year that haven't been practicing for a while.
Yes.
And again, that could just be caution. As Matt Eberflus said today when he met the media, they really don't have to divulge anything until the regular season starts.
I don't think they've had a good camp. What's that worth? but I don't think a lot of guys who needed practice and reps have gotten it.
You know what? That's a really interesting conversation because I think that when we were up there were things that I was excited about. Like, I think their back seven, there were times where they were flying around and they showed their athleticism, and I liked their secondary. And then Eddie Jackson got hurt in Indy, and Brisker's been out for quite some time. So kind of the buzz goes away a little bit. Now, will the buzz come back when the season starts and everyone's back out there?
It's not just them. It's Chase Claypool started camp pretty well after missing all of mini camp.
Tremaine Edmonds
and he's
didn't
been
practice.
out a lot. Yeah.
I mean, DeMarcus Walker hasn't practiced in a couple of weeks, I don't think.
Nate Davis, one of their additions, hasn't practiced all camp. They have had a lot of key guys. Their virtual entire offensive line now is banged up. So,
and listen, like if you,
that's not normal. This isn't.
And look, I don't think either one of us was over the top happy about what we saw there on a day-to-day basis, and we were probably there for 4 days.
I mean, it goes up and down.
Yeah, but we didn't ever come away going, "Wow, this was spectacular." And the word from the guys that watch it every day and the guys that were in Indianapolis where this team has struggled has been in the 11-on-11 drills. Well, that's real football. Like 7-on-7s and 1-on-1s, if all our guys are excelling on there, that's good. But when we get to the most live part of practice and the thing that simulates a real game the most, that's when they've struggled. Like, listen,
I want to know from Courtney tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk to Courtney and we'll have her do the attendance, the roll call, and give us a tabulation of how many of each guy missed practice-wise. Because I would like a little more availability from some of the guys.
I'm with you.
They needed more reps, in my opinion, as a team together.
I think that
if they're not going to play, they needed a lot more practice, and I don't think they practiced enough together.
I'm with you 100%, and it's the one thing that just has me a little uneasy. And again, like, I get it. We're 19 days away. But for a team that won 3 games last year and a team that is still building in a number of different areas, it feels almost like they have handled camp and their guys like they're the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, have they done that on purpose, or are these guys who haven't been able to practice?
I don't know. That's my point, right? Like, now you don't know. Is them? This is what I said earlier. Is this just them being overly cautious, or are some guys a little more banged up than you would like to hear? Don't know. We don't know. You know, I don't. I'm not suggesting that they're going to go out against Green Bay in the opening game of the season and it's going to be a disaster because no one's practiced. I'm like you, for a young building team, I would definitely like to have more guys available more frequently than we've seen recently.
Like, this is from NBC Chicago. This is from Josh Schrock. This is the headline, the latest tweet that I just got right now. His headline on the Bears is, with 19 days until week 1, the Bears O-line is in a state of complete flux, with 5 of their top 6 linemen either injured, banged up, or limited. Like, that's not good.
Unsettled is the way I describe how I feel.
So there's still time.
Of course.
But five out of your 6 offensive linemen being banged up or injured or limited is not good.
And it's a group that had a ton of new faces or guys in different spots. So getting to work together over the course of training camp, I thought was really crucial for them.
Yes, yes.